Well, hello and welcome back. And as you saw, I have my cup of tea. I'm ready to say hello and do a bit of a mid-year reset. Who's ready for that? I just want to be talking to you and getting back and getting my energy back and rolling with it. I mean, I've been fine, I've been incredibly busy at work. It's been a super busy time, but that's okay. That's really good. I love that. But what I want to talk today about is having a bit of a life check-in. Now, I'm filming on my phone, so every now and again I'll forget where I'm going to be looking. So a life check-in is simply a way of seeing sort of where you are, a bit of a snapshot. There's no judgment in this, people, my lovely friends. There is no judgment. You know you have no judgment. From this area, you're not allowed to be mean to yourself. You have to say, hey, this is just to find out where I am. Do I want to do anything about where I am in terms of these various parts of my life? And if so, what's it going to look like? And yes, you're in my kitchen. I think it's the best light at the moment, hard to know. And I've got the AC on because it's cold. Chilly old Melbourne midwinter. Now, what I'm going to pop up here is a life check-in wheel. Lots of people use them. They put different labels on them for different parts of your life. Now, you do you with this, because everybody's got a different way of sort of thinking about the different parts of their life. But basically, it's going to be health, relationships, and I mean, I want to say career, but it's not even that. It's sort of growth and development and all of those things. And a little bit of joy, a bit of fun along the way as well. So that's a little one that gets wedged in on the side. So there are sort of 3 parts of each of these. I've called them body, mind, and soul for health. I've called it romance, family, and friends for relationships. And I've called it mission, money, and growth for that development / career, whatever it is that is right for you for your age and stage. Is that fair? And then joy, well, we all know what joy looks like when we see it and when we feel it. You can say fun, you can say anything you like. Now, the point of this isn't to make you feel bad about anything. It's just to give you a little bit of an idea of where you really are at in all of these sort of areas of your life. So whip round and do a quick, what will we call, I don't want to call it grading, rating, just a number out of 10. Like, if you are working really hard on staying fit and healthy, even if perhaps you haven't got there yet, I would say you're an 8 out of 10, because you're doing all the right things. Even if there's still a long way to go, at least, we're talking progress, we're talking in a way that you're putting some activity in there, some energy in there, those sorts of things. So it's not a rating of, am I the best in the world at this? It's how am I doing in alignment with what I want and how I would like my life to look. Does that sound fair? So there's nobody else is involved in this. It's just you, not even me. And we all know, hang on, I've got to have more tea. Okay, so for example, let's go around. We'll do body. Now for me, I'm actually okay at the moment. I mean, okay is not okay. What would I like to be? I'd like to be a 10 out of 10. Who wouldn't be? But I'm not. But I am, on the other hand, I'm careful about what I eat. I make sure I get lots of exercise. I work in an environment where I'm on my feet a lot and I'm, moving a great deal. So, and then at least once or twice a week, I do a bit of a workout and a long walk. So I'd say for me, for body, I'd say in terms of that progress line, I'm about a 7. Maybe I'm going to put the hammer down and get really body positive for summer because we're in midwinter here in Melbourne, Australia. But at the moment, this is fine. Mind, well, yeah, that's fine. I'm happy. I'm really happy. So I'm going to call myself about an 8 or a 9 out of 10 on that. I go up and down. I'm like everyone else, but this is a snapshot of today, and today I'm really good. Soul. Now, soul can be anything you like. It can be how you feel in your place in your environment. I mean, the world. If you are a spiritual person, if you have deep religious beliefs, all of these sorts of things are very, very personal. So obviously, it's not to do with me or anyone else how you see that. But if you would like to put more into it, then that's one thing. If you know that you work very hard on this, then you maybe are a 9 or a 10. And so we come around to relationships, and this is where we put things like romance, family, and friends. And obviously each of those plays a different part in our lives and at different times in our lives as well. I mean, when you've got a young family, then family is kind of everything and friends are lovely and on the side. At my time, I'm very, very close with a lot of friends. I'm very lucky like that. And, in terms of romance, well, we come and we go. To be fair, though, I feel a bit, Diane Keaton-esque, which is sort of nice to have somebody to go out for dinner with. Do I want anything else? No, not at the moment, thank you. But as it goes, that sort of thing, that changes over the years. What you would, a 10 when you were young and had young children, that would have been amazing for family. I don't know, I don't think I ever had a 10 with my little children when they were, my boys when they were young, but, this is what I mean. It's a fluid movement. It's a snapshot of where you are at the moment, and it's more about where you see yourself and the progress you're making. Mission, money and growth. This is interesting because for some of us, we're still working, we're still very engaged, and I think, to be honest, growth and development and I don't want to say self-improvement because it sort of has connotations that I'm not that fond of, but that type of thing that you always would like yourself to be moving forward, broadening your thinking, learning a bit more, maybe taking a few courses. Sorry, I'm tapping my computer to keep it awake while I'm watching this. Okay, and so we know what we know what it means. We know that when you're first starting out in your career, it's very important, and obviously money is important. And to be honest, at the moment, with this extraordinary change in the cost of living across the globe, I think money is important for everyone. I'm saying that there's something like a 4% drop in what we can buy with the same amount of money only over a couple of years. Now that's a lot. So I know that shopping baskets become a lot more expensive, and a lot of people are being a lot more careful. And to be fair, I think people on fixed incomes, retired people on fixed incomes can be, quite aware of this. Obviously some of us aren't, and I'm still working, so that's something for me. I'm fine, but it's one of those things that you think, oh, I'm set for life, and then it turns out that life changes and maybe you have to make some adjustments as you go along. Mission. I think we all need a bit of a mission, whether it's simply to remember to be kind to people, to develop, some deeper relationships, to to not judge. Gosh, judgment, can we all do away with that just at the moment and say whoever's in whatever space, we'll just leave them alone and let them be there. And these are all things. So you put all of this together, give yourself a quick grade, and then joy, fun. Are you having any fun yet? That's important. What is fun for you? Is it going out for a lovely walk in the sunshine, which we had for about 23 seconds here in Melbourne? We've had a very grey and cold and wet week, and it's been a bit grim. No walking in the sunshine for me at the moment. But maybe that's your fun, laughing with a few friends, I'm going out for dinner with a few friends on Monday, just to hang out and say, hey, we work together, but let's hang out together. And that's what it means about having good friends, people who will organise this for you, which is lovely. A friend of mine's having a birthday tomorrow, so I'll make a point of, getting in contact, saying hi, and I'll see her later in the week. But these are the sorts of things that will bring joy and give joy. So there we are. Okay, so you've done your little whip round and you've given yourself a score, and now it comes to what do you do with that score? Score, rating, is that right? And I think this is actually the most important thing of all. So just a quick idea of how am I going? Okay, so now you've given yourself a score, a rating, a number, whatever it means to you. Let's find out what you want to do with that. And this is really important. Remember I said no judgment, no life check and police around here. So this is a how am I going. So if you scored yourself as an 8 to a 10, sorry, I'm actually looking, I wrote it down. What am I going to say? I have to go to work in a minute. My brain's not going to hold on to anything else today. Okay, so if you're working towards a goal, you haven't achieved it yet, whatever it is, but you know that you're putting things in place so that you're getting there. You've made some changes. You've been quite deliberate and intentional about this, and you're stepping towards your goal. And you can be a year off it. It doesn't make any difference. But if you rate yourself an 8 or a 10, then that's fabulous. That's great. You're moving towards it. Now, some others might be, fine. Okay, fine. They're fine. Could be better. They're a 5 to a 7, perhaps on your own rating. How important are they? Do you want them to be better? To be fair, I think if it's things like health and your mental wellness. These things, very, very important. If you're rating yourself a little lower, then have a little think about it, do a little bit of a research, think about how you could improve that, because that covers the quality of your whole life. But if overall maybe it's, something like you're thinking of your hobbies or something like that, and you think, I'm not really involved in that anymore, the world doesn't end. You can just sort of say, yeah, I'm happy, I'm pottering along with that, it's a good middle range, not much to change, I'm not the best at it, or it's not the best I've been, but it's okay. And then you come to the 1 to 4s. Now these are really important because they may be something that you really want to be better at. Say you're somebody who is not in a relationship, but you really want to be in one. You want a partner, you want somebody to wake up beside in the morning, that sort of thing. Now, if that's important to you, and it's on a 1 or a 2 or a 3 or whatever, then that tells you need to really get organised in this and start putting yourself out there. However, if you are a 1 or a 2 or a 3 and it simply isn't your thing at the moment, and you're perfectly happy and you're busy and you've got a good life, and you have no desire to have that extra layer of relationships in your life, then don't worry about it. No judgment. You can just let it be, let it sit there. The world won't end. You can just potter along and live your own life and be, like these fabulous women like, I don't know, as I say, Diane Keaton, Jane Fonda, who else? Sharon Stone. I mean, wow. These women lead us on, They are our little beacons of light that you can live differently. And I think that's really important. What areas would fall into that, for other people? Well, maybe, career, with anything to do with, I'm fine, I'm perfectly okay, I'm using the knowledge I have, I really don't feel like I need to delve and do any further study or any further development side. That may be exactly where you are. And money, you may be very comfortably off and just not have to think about it. And so it's really, in terms of how much time you're going to spend thinking about it and where you are, you may be, financially an 8 or a 9 or a 10. The effort you have to put into it is a 2 or 3. You don't have to do any more. That's fine. You're already set up. So just keep an eye on things. See where you want to put some effort in, what matters enough to you to really dive a bit deeper and put a little bit of more effort into, or to design a little goal. Now, one of the things I want to do in the next couple of videos, which I promise will not have these big gaps the way they are at the moment, but so be it. But one of the things I want to do, I've got a couple of things I want to do, but I want to go through sort of how you move through the fear. Where you get that, you're in your comfort zone and you want to move into, let's say broaden your comfort zone by tackling some things that seem too hard and you've got a real fear base on it. For some of you, it may be doing the whole empty nest downsize. For others, it may be learning to travel alone, or even just to travel again, even with a partner, because, we all got set back a lot a few years ago, and I'm not going to start going into all of those lockdowns and those sorts of things, but, it did knock a lot of people's confidence. So there are a lot of fear areas that can need over, how we move through them makes a really big difference. Anyway, I'm going to finish my cup of tea. I'm going to get ready for work. I'm nearly ready for work. I just need to fluff myself up a bit. And then I will be on my way for the day. But I hope that wherever you are, that this was an idea for you, and that, you can just get out a piece of paper and scroll this all down, just divide up a circle and put however many you want to along the way. And yeah, that would be sort of a nice way to reset yourself for the new year. And then we're going to talk about how to move forward in perhaps some of the areas that you have some little residual fear of moving out of your comfort zone. Anyway, that's me for the day. Cheers. And wherever you are and whatever you're doing, I hope you are happy and well. And subscribe, hit that little button and the bell, of course, so you're notified whenever I put up a video, random as I am. And I will talk to you all soon. Lots of love. Bye.